Yeah, so probably about 20 minutes before the plane flight, the guys were getting ready to go, and they had meetings with about five of us, or four of us. So, yeah, and then I was the last one to go, so I had to wait until the last moment.
Could you tell the other guys were coming out? Then did they come over and kick your chair or punch you in the face?
No, yeah, I really had no clue. I mean, you try, even if good or bad news, you try to keep as even keel as possible because you know what's going to happen with the other guys. So, yeah, couldn't read it at all.
How do you pack for them?
You don't. You have all your stuff in one bag and just kind of go from there. Obviously, some of the stuff had already been shipped here, so I had to get it shipped to Indy. But besides that, it was, like I said, I had one bag, and I was hoping that I could put it on the plane rather than keep it in Indy.
What was so you find out, you walk out of the office. What's your initial reaction? What's your first phone call?
Well, I actually sent a text to my wife just telling her, because she was actually flying into Pittsburgh to get our car. So she was either going to drive to Indy last night or she was going to stay here when I got here. So that was my first text, and then I called my parents. But like I said, you try not to get too emotional at that point because at least from my standpoint, I knew the stress level going through camp the other guys were feeling. And I knew at that point it wasn't really the right moment to really have that moment to myself. I'd wait until I got back to Pittsburgh.
Have they given you a sense of what type of thing they'd like to have you do here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm coming off the bench. I think the versatility, playing a lot of positions. Clint said he's going to play me pretty much everywhere I played in spring training. He feels really comfortable having me move around. And yeah, I just maybe spot start here or there against a righty, give a guy a day off.
How do you feel about the outfield work you did during spring training?
I feel really good about it. It's obviously a transition. Anytime you are trying to get comfortable with positions, and I think that's the biggest thing is for utility guys, you got to make sure you put in double the effort. It's almost like a switch hitter. You got to put more work in every day just so you feel that comfort level.
Have you taken a moment to yourself to sort of enjoy it yet?
Yeah, last night a little bit when we got in. When I got in the hotel room, it was nice, kind of wind down and think about, the whole process. It was pretty cool. So, yeah.
Your wife happy she didn't have to drive all the way back to Indianapolis?
Yeah, she was like, I don't know if I would have cried more for the phone call you gave me or the phone call saying I have to drive to Indy when I get here.
You've been in the big leagues before, but to start a season with the club, does that feel any different?
Sure. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some emotions that I haven't felt before. Obviously, it'd be an opening day. Yeah, it's definitely another chapter, and it's kind of a cool moment for me, and especially with this team, getting to know them in spring training and the group. So, yeah, I'm just kind of riding the wave right now.